out of the Bronx, and the growing concerns following a partial building collapse. Apartments remain exposed after a section of the building suddenly fell to the ground on Monday. The collapse forced people from their homes, but no injuries were reported. CBS News' Elijah Westbrook live at the scene in Morris Heights with the very latest on this. Elijah.
Well, Mary, officials are telling us it could take days before we know what officially caused this collapse here in the Bronx. Right now, we're live on Burnside Avenue, and as we speak, crews are working on removing the rubble from this incident using heavy machinery. A little hard to see from this vantage point, but that is what is taking place. And while that happens, residents in this neighborhood express their concerns about the structural integrity of buildings in this area and question if where they live is safe.
So we're still looking into the cause of the collapse. Once we have a final analysis, we will report it to you and let you know.
Mayor Adams at City Hall just after 11:30 Tuesday morning, speaking on the latest in this devastating collapse, all while thanking first responders. It comes as city officials met just feet from the site shortly after large machinery and other equipment were brought in to start cleaning up. The sun now shining on this building that stood since 1927, according to records. Why this angle of it fell remains unclear.
But if that building is crumbling down, they got to check all these buildings.
Natalia Ross lives blocks away from this dramatic scene. You can see right into bedrooms as furniture and appliances are exposed to the day's light. The sight of the aftermath is chilling for Ross, and she fears for her own apartment.
Because right now, we getting construction on our building. Some of these buildings got cracks between the buildings. And these buildings old, so you really have to be careful. I couldn't sleep last night.
Watch as part of the 7-story building falls to the ground as people run for their lives. No injuries were reported as a result of the collapse. CBS 2 has found, however, more than a half-dozen open violations with the property, including one dating back to March of 2021, according to the Department of Buildings. It reveals issues with the facade, though officials say the violations don't pertain to the structural integrity. Area residents say construction was happening around the building and question if it had anything to do with what they saw.
We see like a big rocks start falling down, then the whole building just fell down in like a second.
And back out here live, you are looking at the 7th floor, an apartment that was impacted by all of this. Cleanup efforts continue at this hour with the hopes of getting this section of Burnside Avenue reopened this week. And we do want to mention that the dozens of families who were displaced by this collapse here in the Bronx are currently staying at Bronx Community College as they are being assisted by the Red Cross. And that is the latest here from the Morris Heights section of the Bronx. I'm Elijah Westbrook, CBS 2 News.
Elijah, thank you. Stay with CBS 2 for the very latest on the building collapse in the Bronx. We will continue to cover the developments. Look for our reports today at 5 and updates around the clock on CBSNewYork.com.